Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is a MacVoices update for March 2018. I don't know what it is about February, but February always seems to be a month that it's difficult to get anything done in, get any shows scheduled. I don't know whether it's the come down after CES that everybody is feeling, or the fact that it's the shortest month, or whether they've hit the midwinter doldrums or what, but it just seems like everybody's either busy or just can't make it or something gets in the way. And as a result, I didn't have quite as many MacVoices shows out in February. But there were several, and there were a couple MacVoices briefings, which I'm happy to get out. And so I'm hoping things will get a little more back to normal in March. But this does seem like a good time to kind of make a point about how I approach MacVoices and the content that you see. It would be very easy for me to set up an arbitrary publication schedule and then fill that when I don't have guests with a couple of little pieces about, maybe something in the news or the latest Mac and Apple rumor or the latest Apple outrage or whatever it is. And I just don't do that. I publish on a semi-irregular schedule. I try to get at least 2 or 3 shows out a week. But the point is that I don't want to just publish something to fill a space or fill that arbitrary schedule. I want to try to deliver some value to you. I want you to find the content informative, entertaining, thought-provoking, maybe expose you to some things that you weren't exposed to before. I completely understand that not every MacVoices show is going to be of interest to every single viewer and listener, and that's okay. I'd be surprised if it did. But I'm hoping that for the shows that maybe don't exactly suit your interest or taste, that you'll delve in a little bit and just check out what's going on, because I think it is important for you to understand and know as a tech enthusiast, which you must be since you're watching this show, to know all the aspects of the tech community, and especially the Apple tech community. There's so many great people, there's so many great things going on, and I like to bring as many of those to you as I can. So that's where things stand with the content, and why maybe we didn't have quite as many shows in February. And if some of you see this as an apology, it's really not. It just means that I didn't have anything that I thought was worth bringing you, and so therefore I let you go on to other things. But we will do better in March. One other change I wanted to mention that you'll see is a change on my desk. Over here, there used to be a 2006 iMac that's been there for a long time. And it finally gave up the ghost. Ironically, it wasn't the hard drive that failed. The hard drive seems to be still going strong. But something on the motherboard went bad, and it just would not start up any longer reliably. So I've put that to bed. I'd say after all those years, again, a 2006 iMac, I think I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. It was doing secondary duty at best, but I don't know what will go in that slot now. The monitor I have there will be hooked up to a MacBook, and we'll see. I'll see how I use it, see how I adapt, and we'll take it from there. But there are those of you who like to play this strange little game of what's on Chuck's desk. So that's what happened to the iMac. So the good news is for this month is that we did not lose any Patreon supporters. Everybody that was on board in February remained on board, and I really, really appreciate that. The bad news was that we didn't add anyone, and I was really disappointed at that, especially after the CES shows, because there were so many and so varied. But that's okay. We will try to do better. At this point, I will ask you for a favor, and that is if you can think of anything that would make MacVoices more interesting to you, more informative, would encourage you to offer some of that support, please let me know. I'm sure I won't be able to implement everything that is suggested, maybe none at all, but I'll do my best. And sort of on that topic too, while we're there, if you know of any guests or topics that you'd like to see on MacVoices, guests here to get on, or topics that you'd like to hear analyzed, let me know that too. I'm always looking for good show ideas, and there's nothing like delivering what it is that you want to see. So with that, I want to make sure we go over the Patreon supporters who stuck with us, and I thank you very much because it definitely helps offset the cost of doing the shows, and hopefully as we build that up, it will allow me to get funding to do some things that I want to do with the shows that I'm not able to right now. So with that, this month's Patreon supporters include, at Platinum, the team from Gina Lab. Now, last month I pronounced your name wrong, and I'm sorry about that, so I'm hoping I have it right this time. If not, let me know, and I'll try to get it fixed again. But I recognize you, and I really, really appreciate your support. At Gold, we have RVS. At Silver, Michael D., Chuck P., Jim T., Max C., Frank P., and Norbert F. At Bronze, the Cars F, Prop P, and MN. Don't forget that as a Patreon supporter at any level, you get your name in all the credits of every show that is published that month on MacVoices, and you also get listed on the MacVoices website as a supporter. Those are the least I can do for the folks who are able to help me out producing the show. So that's pretty much the update for March. One thing I did want to mention too, and I said it earlier, I did put out a couple MacVoices briefings this month. I hope to get more out. I've got a number of subjects I want to get written up and delivered to you. I'm trying to figure out exactly the best format to do it in because I don't want them to become burdensome. I want them to be informative, but I still want to cover the information. So look for more MacVoices briefings along with all the other MacVoices shows. So that's it for this month. Thanks again for watching and listening. I'm Chuck Joyner, and I'll see you next time on MacVoices. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our MacVoices Facebook group and get more out of your Apple Tech with MacVoices magazine, free on Flipboard. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us at patreon.com/MacVoices and join these folks who help keep MacVoices coming to you. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.